Hello, and welcome to a series that, if possible, I am even more excited for than the Zelda LP we just finished. We have Pokemon not Heart Gold. I know the title says Heart Gold, but this is actually a Sacred Silver ROM hack by Drayano. And I've been talking about doing this for a long time, so let's just get right into it. I'm so excited to be doing this. I've been thinking about it. I've been talking about it for months. No info needed. So I'm so glad we're finally here. Yawn. Huh? It's already become so bright outside. It's not even 6 a.m. Sorry to keep you waiting. Welcome to Sacred Gold or Storm Silver, a hack with an expansion of features. My name is Professor Oak, but everyone calls me the Pokemon Professor. Before we go any further, I'd like to tell you a few things you should know. Let me show you a native Pokemon. The Johto and Kanto regions were known for having only a fraction of the Pokemon within its borders, but large-scale migration has brought a great variety to the region's fauna. There are new challenges awaiting you and a great amount of differences in how you'll raise your Pokemon. Now, why don't you tell me a little bit about yourself? Are you a boy or a girl? Won't you please tell me? I am, in fact, a boy. So you're a boy then. Yes, I just said that. Please tell me your name. As usual, we are going to be Sev. Short, simple, and to the point. Sev, short for 7. There's a whole backstory behind that nickname. If you know, you know. Your name is Sev, yes. Sev, are you ready? Your very own tale of grand adventure is about to unfold. Let's go to the world of Pokemon. I'll see you later. If you ever want to find out some of the changes, check the documents that should have come with your game. Most, if not all the information you need should be contained in there somewhere, but play as you like, for you might enjoy playing the unknown. Either way, be sure to have fun. Dre. So, Pokemon Sacred Gold and Storm Silver. Well, I guess just Drayano ROM hacks in general are notorious for being pretty difficult. And I've watched this one once. One YouTuber I've watched play this. I'm sure many more have, but I've only watched one person. And they were the ones like 10 years ago, maybe longer, that got me made me want to play this game. About time you woke up. Professor Elm wanted to see you. Here's your things. I hear Johto has changed a lot in the last few years. You should be careful, Sev. Here, take your running shoes along. You'll probably want your bike and music player as well. Sev obtained the bicycle. Sev put the bicycle in the key items pocket. Sev obtained the GB sounds. Sev put the GB sounds in the key items pocket. I'm sure you know how to use these. Oh, I hear Elm has a gift for you. Real quick, let's see if I can... There it is. So I'm playing this actually on my Steam Deck and passing it through with my Elgato. I tried to run this on my PC, and I tried Decimime, I tried Melon, I tried RetroArch, and every single one of those, it just had some problem with it. Either it stuttered really bad, the audio was torn, it would lag. So this is the famous Elm Pokemon Lab. What are you staring at? There's no reason it shouldn't have worked. This is a pretty good machine, and it's 2026. There's no reason the DS emulator shouldn't be running well. Hi, Sev. I've been waiting for you to arrive. I've been curious about how Pokemon feel walking outside their Pokeballs. I was hoping I could have your help with the tests. Oh, hey, I got an email. Huh, okay. Hey, listen, I know a person named Mr. Pokemon who finds all sorts of crazy stuff. He says he has something, but we're so busy with our research. Can you pick it up for us? You could take one of the Pokemon in the machine. Anyway, so I haven't mentioned it yet, but this is not just a Nuzlocke, it's an Egglocke. So our starter doesn't actually matter. We'll be swapping it out very soon. So we just take the Chikorita. Sev received Chikorita from Professor Oak. We're not going to nickname it. As much as I like Chikorita, I love all the Johto starters. But we're not going to nickname it because we're not going to be using it. Once we get the Cherry Grove, we're swapping it. How do you like walking with your Pokemon? It's not bad, is it? You can take it all the way to Mr. Pokemon's house. If your Pokemon gets hurt, You should heal it with this machine. It's so easy to use. Just check the PC on my desk. Mr. Pokemon goes everywhere and finds rarities. His house is past Cherry Grove City. Go north a little past Cherry Grove. I'm counting on you, Sev. Sev, I want you to have these to help with your task. Obtain the potions. Pokemon are weak in the beginning. Don't hesitate to use a potion if you think yours is in danger. Alright. We need to set our options real quick. So let's go ahead. Yeah, lives and everything. So I decided in the end just to run it on my Steam Deck and pass it to the Elgato. Sev, you got yourself a Pokemon. Gotta say it's really cute. When you walk with it, it'll become more friendly. You should turn around and talk to it sometimes too. That's right. Why don't you show it to your mom? And even getting it set up here was a whole thing. It was a whole thing. It took like 2 hours for some reason. But in the end, we did get it working. Hold on. Options. A key. Oh, right. I have to fix this again. Okay, we're back. Sorry about that. Episode 1, and I already have plenty of... I mean, there's going to be a lot of edits to do anyway, because I'm doing an actual overlay with a team and badges, so there will be a lot of edits to do. But I had to fix my button config, because for some reason I didn't already have it done. Let's go and swap screens. I'm playing on the Pro Controller. Here's the Kingdom Pro Controller. And I have the screen swap map to the left bumper, and then the fast forward map to the right bumper. We won't be abusing fast forward most of the time, mostly just for grinding. I think we're gonna. Do we want to set the shift or set? Full transparency. I'm also running Storm Silver on stream, a regular Nuzlocke, and I have that set to set. So I think we're gonna keep this one as shift, just to keep it a little different. I know that does give us a little bit of an advantage, but hopefully it shouldn't matter. Oh, Sev, that's a cute Pokemon you have. Professor Elm must have given it to you. Oh, Professor Elm has a task for you, say? What kind of task? I see. That sounds a little difficult, but when someone asks that kind of request of you, it must be important. Oh, that's right. I completely forgot. Your Pokegear came back from the repair shop. Here you go. Sev received the Pokegear. And now you're gonna... Pokemon Gear, or Pokegear as it's often called, is what every trainer should have. Guess what? You can use the Pokegear to make a phone call too. Do you remember how? I'm going to say yes, and you're going to tell me anyway. I can't believe Dre did not remove this part of the game. Yeah, we're just going to skip this. Everyone who's played these games knows how to do it. So, further on with full transparency, I have the... Wait 1 second. Sorry, just a moment. Oh, walk a little bit faster, dude. I almost completely forgot about this. Here, I'll give you my number. Sev registered Professor Elm in the Pokegear. I'll call you if anything comes up. Anyway, so what we're playing right now is not actually the save with the eggs on it. This is just the opening. I have the save with the eggs already made, and it's actually saved in front of Cherry Grove. I just couldn't think of a convenient way to get all the eggs in and start from the very beginning of the game with like the opening and... Oh, why am I battling? I need to just run. Sorry. With like the opening and choosing your name and your starter and all that stuff. I wanted to include it because it felt weird not to include that. So after I got the save set up, what I did was I set the save aside, and we'll be running this save just until we get the Cherry Grove. Then we're going to save it from the PC and switch to that save. So, just in the spirit of full disclosure, I don't want it to seem sketchy or weird if there's a sudden cut at the Pokemon Center. I don't want to think there's any shady business going on. So yeah, to that end, we're just running from the battles as often as we can, because we want to keep Chicory at 5. Now, I guess it doesn't matter if Chicory stays at 5. The way an Egglocke works is whenever you capture a new Pokemon, and it follows the same rules, first Pokemon of every new route, new area, gifts are fair game. Once you get that, you actually have to swap it for an egg in your PC. And I have some dice here. To try to randomize the process a little bit. And so every time you get a new Pokemon, you're going to put it in your PC and swap it with an egg. And when that egg hatches, you level it to the same level the original Pokemon was. So Chicory's at level 5. I'm going to talk over this guy. He's just leading us around town. So Chicory's level 5. So when the egg hatches, I will use the rare candies in my bag to automatically level it to that level. That way there's just not a lot of unnecessary grinding. You'll still have to grind levels normally from that point. Like, you know, once I get to patch 7 and 8 when I'm in the 30s and 40s, I don't want to have to grind the level 1 all the way to that point. So if I just use the rare candies to get him to that point, then it just makes sense. And here is my house. As a reward, please have this old rod. Seb obtained the old rod. Simply toss that rod into the water and you have a chance of getting a bite. Alright. So like I said, we're going to go right up here. And then we're going to save. Saving a lot of data. So now that we're saved, what I'm going to do real quick is I'm going to get the correct save, the save with the eggs loaded up, and we will continue from there. All right, and we are back. We have the proper save loaded. We're going to go to the PC, move Pokemon, and as you can see, we have boxes and boxes and boxes of eggs. There's no egg there for some reason. Hold on. Oh, shoot. Steven, hit your buttons. Why is there no egg there? Change box. Here we go. Got a few stragglers, so let's go ahead and fill that in. Okay, I guess it's just those stragglers. Okay. Alright, so the way we're going to do this is we're going to start with box 1. And how we're going to decide, that's why we have these dice, because more brilliant people than me... Oh gosh, I'm so sorry. More brilliant people than me have figured out how to do this better. I'm gonna take these dice, like roll them like such, and then whatever we get from left to right, it's gonna be row and then column. So in this case, it is 5, 4. Oh, hold on, 5, 4. If it's a 6 on the row, we roll again. So 5, 4. Yokai with a heat rock. Oh, hold on. Yokai with a heat rock. We're going to take the items too. I'm going to allow myself to take the items. But I can only do that with the move items tab. And I'm only taking the items from my hatches. Oh, my camera's blurry now. See what I've done? So let's go ahead and grab that. Uh-oh. I might have to fix that camera. I'll fix it in just a second, as soon as we get the egg in the party. Yokai. Is this a Vulpix? Alright, real quick, let's go back to the center. Right, let me fix my camera real quick. Okay, that's better. That's better. So, oh, shoot. All right, that's better. Sorry, I had a couple more things I had to change. Anyway, so we have Yokai. What we're gonna do is we're gonna hatch it. And we will use the speed up for this, just so we're not here all day. Oh, there it is. All right, it is a Vulpix. Now, unfortunately, it's shiny, but it won't stay shiny. Would you like to, and yes, since it already had a nickname attached, we're gonna just keep the nickname it has. So, Yokai. A Vulpix as our starter, that's not bad. Full transparency once again, this save originally came from a YouTuber that was kind enough to send it out to me when I reached out in DMs for anyone with a save with eggs already made. So I was asked not to publicly name them because they don't do ROM hacks anymore. I guess there's some contention within the community about it. So I'll keep that to myself, but you know who you are, and thank you so much. Anyway, so the chicory is level 5, so we're gonna go over here. And I think, I might be misremembering, I think they said they originally got the save from someone else as well. I guess like maybe it's like there's like a small community that passes the save around. So as you can see, we have rare candies in the main bag slot rather than the medicine slot. When it's here, for some reason, the rare candies don't get consumed. And so we can just do this. And again, this was already set up for me. I didn't have to do any of the work. I would have, obviously. I knew most of this stuff myself, but I lost my train of thought, I'm sorry. But this just makes it so that you so I don't have to add rare candies later. Alright. Heat wave extra sensory at 70. I thought it was 60 accuracy in this gen. We're not learning. We're not learning that move. Yes. Did I not change my text speed? Oh no, that wasn't that was the other save. Let's go and fix that real quick. Options. Fast. I said we're gonna keep it on shift. And let's go to the gold border. There we go. If I find that shift is too easy, we will change it to set. But I already have it set on the stream, so I just want to change it a little bit. Anyway, we're just gonna move on. Oh. I made it. I forgot about one thing. This is another token from me. Take it. The guide gent loaded the map card on Sev's Pokegear. Sev's Pokegear can now show the town map. Select the Pokegear on the touchscreen and then select the town map icon. You'll see the map of the region you're currently in. The Pokegear becomes more useful as you add cards. I wish you luck in your... And speaking of which, I did the same thing in Storm Silver. Let's change our Pokegear theme because I prefer the teal theme. Change. It doesn't really matter. It doesn't affect anything. It just looks nicer to me. Anyway, so we move forward. We're moving on. And the lock doesn't officially start until we get Pokeballs. So. A Talo. Yeah, who doesn't like a Talo? Alright. I guess we just Heat Wave. Another thing to mention is, like in the Storm Silver Nuzlocke, we are enforcing level caps. So our team can never be higher than the highest level Pokemon of the next gym leader. So for Gym 1, Badge 1, Falconer's highest is level 15. So our Pokemon can't be above level 15. They can get to level 15, but if they hit 15, I can't level them further. If they get leveled past 15, getting the Abercorn box, by the way. If they do get leveled past 15, then I can keep them in the party, but I can't switch into them. And if they out-level the gym leader, I can't use them at all in that gym. So I'm going to try very hard not to do that. In the Storm Silver lock, we did just get the first gym badge. And we've only had one death. One death. I had to fodder off a Bidoof. It felt kind of bad, but not really. I mean, it did, but it didn't. Because I didn't want Bidoof. I didn't like Bidoof, but it felt bad. I mean, it's a lock. All KOs feel bad. And it was because of that move right there. It was because of Bide. Kricketot fainted. Now, we're not going to seriously power level here, because that does feel cheap, but I'll allow myself a few KOs. Got an antidote. Our goal... Shoot. Yokai looks like it wants to lead. Well, you're not gonna. Our goal for this first episode is just to get to the point where we can capture Pokemon. Which means we gotta make it all the way to New Bark Town. Back to New Bark Town. Maybe I shouldn't allow myself to get past level 5 then, because I guess the rival's kind of a big deal. Man, my camera's bugging out. Is it because of this? Because it's so bright out? Yeah, I think it is. There we go. That's better. Yeah, it's almost 6:30 a.m. Oh my goodness. Alright, we're just gonna run. I don't want to waste too much time. I'm trying to keep these at about half an hour-ish. That seems like the sweet spot for LP episodes. That's kind of what I try to keep the... Oh, right! We just went through this, I already forgot. Pink Abercorn. Nice. Mr. Pokemon's house. I didn't mean to read that, but here we are. Oh, hello. Mr. Pokemon said he was expecting a young trainer to arrive. Is your name Sev by any chance? I see. I guess you are the trainer Mr. Pokemon was expecting. My name is Cynthia. I'm a Pokemon trainer who hails from Sinnoh. Tell me, Sev, have you heard the story that tales the tale of the legendary trainer? You haven't? I'll briefly explain. The story tells the tale of how a trainer travels the lands of Johto and Kanto, catching all the Pokemon known to mankind. He captures the most basic of Pokemon, and even the most mythical Pokemon, to eventually come face to face with the one the Pokemon call God. The archaeology in the Johto region appears to back the existence of the story. It's interesting to be sure. Thank you for listening to me, Sev. You know, you remind me of a trainer I knew from Sinnoh. You may not know it yet, but I think you are capable of great things. In fact, I'd like to help you reach your maximum potential. Here, let me give you a small gift. I received an Eevee. So again, gift Pokemon are fair game. We're not going to nickname you, but I get to just swap this for an egg, which feels oh so nice. There are numerous possibilities of evolution for Eevee. The numerous possibilities of evolution for Eevee make it a very interesting Pokemon. I wonder what you'll decide to evolve Eevee into. Perhaps we'll cross paths again, Sev. But until then, farewell. So now we're going to do this part. Just a lot of dialogue. You must be Sev. It was I who sent an email to Professor Elm earlier. This is what I want Professor Elm to examine. Sev obtained the mystery egg. Sev put the mystery egg in a key in his pocket. A friend of mine from Equity gave it to me. I bet you can't find this kind of egg in Johto. I thought Professor Elm might be able to tell what this is. He's the best when it comes to the research of Pokemon evolution. That's a quote from the famous Professor Oak. You're returning to Professor Elm here. Your Pokemon should have some rest. Professor Oak. And with that, I'm Professor Oak, a Pokemon professor, so you're Sev. I was just visiting my friend Mr. Pokemon. I heard you were running an errand for Professor Elm, so I waited here. Oh, what's this? A rare Pokemon. I see. You must be helping Professor Elm's research. I think I understand why Professor Elm gave you that Pokemon. You will treat your Pokemon with love and care, it seems. Ah, you seem dependable. How would you like to help me out? See, this is the latest version of the Pokedex. It automatically records data on Pokemon you've seen or caught. It's a high-tech encyclopedia. I'd like you to have it. Sev received the Pokedex from Professor Oak. Go meet many kinds of Pokemon and complete that Pokedex. But I've stayed too long. I have to get a golden run for my usual radio show. Sev, I have a feeling that this is not the last time we'll meet. Let's exchange numbers just to be on the safe side. Sev registered Professor Oak in the Pokegear. Alright, let's head on back. So I was thinking about this as I was getting set up for the LP. I'll wait till Professor Elm says this piece, and then I'll talk. Hello, Sev? It's a disaster. It's just terrible. What should I do? Oh no. Please, get back here now. Anyway. So I was thinking about this as I was getting set up for this LP. I'm running both versions of this game concurrently. Doing locks for both. And, I hope I don't get burned out on this game. I really hope I don't. Between the two, the Egglocke is the one I'm more excited and more interested in doing. I'm just doing Storm Silver on the side because I wanted to Nuzlocke something, but I didn't want to do vanilla Heart Gold or Soul Silver because they're just a tad on the easy side. And I didn't want to stream a new series because the games I really want to stream, Metal Gear, Kingdom Hearts, and there was something else. as well as the next Metroidvania I'm going to play, Ender Lilies. Those are kind of big commitments. Well, not Ender Lilies, but Kingdom Hearts and Metal Gear are. And so I didn't want to... Actually, there's also the Breath of the Wild. I'm finally resuming... I talked about this before in the Zelda update, but I'm finally resuming the Breath of the Wild challenge run from scratch, and that's also a huge investment. And so it's hard to commit to those things right now when summer is just getting started, and this is usually not the busiest time of year, but it's usually the time of year when I have to travel a lot. And so I don't want to start something that I can't finish or that I can't commit to. Anyway, we are moving on to box number 2, and we're gonna shake up and get our next egg. It is 1 and 5. So, column 1, Pokemon number 5. So we're gonna swap out the Eevee. Oh, hold on. I should probably have the top screen up. We don't have a nickname, so we'll just nickname this whatever I want. Alright, so once again, I'm pretty sure the Eevee was level 5. We're gonna detach it. It's a Mudkip! What do I call you? Oh, I know what I call you. Duh. Duh. We're calling you Leg Day. I know Megas aren't in the game, but that's your name. That's always your name. Alright. Kingdom Hearts. Metal Gear's not really a huge commitment. I can knock out the first 2 games in like a day apiece, so those aren't bad. I just didn't want to start them yet. Kingdom Hearts are pretty expansive games, and I don't see myself getting through any of them, besides maybe Chain of Memories, in a reasonable amount of time. And if the last attempt at the Breath of the Wild challenge run is an indicator, I think I was at 56 episodes when I went on my hiatus. So if that's any indicator, it'll be at least that long, if not longer. Alright, moving on. Now, games like Metal Gear, like I said, I can knock those out in a few hours apiece. You got a Pokemon to lab. What a waste. That's a Pokemon that's too good for a wimp like you. Don't you get what I'm saying? Well, I too have a good Pokemon. I'll show you what I mean. Ender Lilies, I really want to play, but I just finished 112%ing Hollow Knight. In fact, I got the last percent, Pantheon number 4, Pantheon of the Night last night. So I don't want to jump into another Metroidvania because I don't want to get burnt out on them. I'm really worried about facing burnout against. That's why I ended up going on a hiatus before. And that hiatus ended up lasting. I've talked about this so much. I feel like I repeat myself. You're doing okay for someone weak. I talked about this a lot, but I went on a hiatus much longer than I meant to because the idea of coming back to content creation just stressed me out. And it was never supposed to be like that. It's just something I do for fun. So I don't want to burn out on another Metroidvania, so I'm taking a break and I'm doing Pokemon. But I will do Ender Lily soon. It's happening. Do you want to know who I am? I'm going to be the world's greatest Pokemon trainer. Give that back. It's my trainer card. Oh no, you saw my name. Anyway, moving on. Moving on. So if I find that it's feeling boring or redundant to do both these games back to back, I will take a break from Storm Silver and start something else. That was a very long-winded way of getting to that point. I apologize for that. You know what? No, we're not. We're running kind of short on time. So let's just get where we need to go. I'm not normally the type to rush. I'm not going to use the speed up function, but I don't want to go too far over half an hour if I can avoid it. Who are you? We are investigating the case of the missing Pokemon here. Rule number 1, whoever did it will come back to this site. Oh my, so you must be the one who did it. Hold on a second, he has nothing to do with it. I saw it, there was a red-haired boy looking into the building. What? You battled a boy like that? He must be the one who did it. Did you happen to get his name? Once again, we're just going to name the guy Silver. I don't have any fancy, funny nicknames for him. We're not going to call him Douche Nugget. Just call him Silver and move on with our lives. I see, so Silver was his name. Thanks for helping my investigation. My next assignment is to search for this red-haired individual. Yeah, let me know how that goes. Something tells me nothing's ever going to come of it. Sev, I'm glad they understand you were innocent. See you later. Sev, this is terrible. Oh yes, what was Mr. Pokemon's big discovery? He moved on from that awfully quick. Sev handed the mystery egg to Professor Elm. Huh? This is an egg, isn't it? This egg may be something I've never seen. Still, it's just an egg. Mr. Pokemon is always fascinated by eggs. Well, since he gave it to us, we might as well find out what secret it holds. I'll keep it for a while to find out about the egg. What? Professor Oak gave you a Pokedex? Seb, is that true? That's incredible. He is superb at seeing the potential of people as trainers. Wow, Seb, I knew you were a little different. Things are going to be fun. Your Pokemon seem to really like you, so why don't you take the Pokemon Gym Challenge? If you manage to defeat all the gym leaders, you'll eventually challenge the Pokemon League. Champion. Or not. Becoming the champion is not all easy, but you can certainly challenge Violet City's gym. Sev, challenging the gyms scattered around will be a long journey. Before you leave, make sure you talk to your mom. We're going to do that right now. Oh, go through the door, Steven. So you're leaving on an adventure. Okay, I'll help too, but what can I do for you? I know, every time you receive prize money, I'll save some of it for you. On a long journey, money's important. Do you want me to save money for you? Yes. Okay, I'll take care of your money. Be careful. Pokemon are your friends. When you work as a team, you can accomplish anything. Now, go on. Oh, that's a wall. There you are. Sev, you can catch wild Pokemon with Pokeballs. Follow me. Now, fortunately, Triano had enough common sense to axe this part of the game. You do not have to go through the catching tutorial. Thank goodness. Just like that. Huh? Was I too fast? I'll try again. Come this way. You know, I bet you already know how already. I'll give you these. Good luck. Obtain the Pokeballs. Sev, put the Pokeballs in the Pokeball pocket. See ya. Alright, so we're actually going to save the game right here. And in the next episode, we're going to finally catch... I mean, we have the Mudkip, but we're going to catch our first egg Pokemon thing. Saving a lot of data. So I gotta say, this is so exciting. Like I said, I've been wanting to do this for so long. And now that we're here, I can barely hold back. I'm glad I'm bulk recording because it's Friday and I normally wouldn't be doing any kind of content creation on the weekend. So I'm doing today until Monday. So that's 4 episodes, that's 2 hours worth of gameplay. Don't know how far we get, but I'm very excited to be getting into it. So I'm going to get out of here, and in the next episode, we will finally start catching Pokemon. Until then, thank you all so much for watching, and I'll catch you later.